use ribbon. What I do, I tape it with washi tape on the back. And actually you could use your hot glue gun and tap it down with some glue if you wanted. So what I do is I just take it and I tape it. No one's going to see that back there, but you want a little stability. So hopefully I'm still on camera. There we go. Do you have any big plans for today? Anybody? Anybody got big plans for today? I live in Indiana, and my brother lives in Georgia. And this morning, out of the blue, he has shown up here in Indiana. So I'm meeting him at noon for lunch. So that's my big, I'm off work right now. Normally I'd be at work. All right, so see, that gives it some stability to stay, the ribbon to stay, because otherwise it can move around. And then I'm going to use some foam tape. I'm going to put this on behind because I do like it propped up, but what I do is I also, just for a little bit of more stability, I add my foam tape right over the ribbon. And you can make your cards as elaborate as you want. So if you're on, I know it's kind of early here in the US, so a lot of people are at work. I'm on spring break. If you're on, say where you're from. I think I can see comments. I think. I put my tablet on and I can see myself, but I don't know if I can actually see comments. So if you are here, say hello and say where you're from. And the beauty about lives is that you can watch them after the fact. I will upload this one to my YouTube channel later today. And then of course on here. All right, so I want this one right here. Right there. All right. So I just wanted a little hint of my mat showing through. I didn't want it great big. Now, I've already cut my bow and tied it. And then this is my, trying to figure, yes, I think it looks good that way. Trying to figure out which way would it be best. All right, so I'm not seeing anybody put any comments. I was hoping to see where you are from. Oh, there we go. Oh, hi, Amanda. How are you? Good morning, good morning. Amanda is in the UK. Which is, of course, I think I need to turn my tablet down. There we go. All right, so I'm just matting that. And I'm going to pop this one up as well. And then I have just for you, and I was going to, actually I kind of want to play with this to make sure I'm getting my spacing correct. And I'm trying to decide if I want my, yeah, I think I'll put my ribbon sideways. I actually, let me turn it back on. I had my heat gun on, and then I thought I wouldn't need it, and I flipped it off. Oh no, I think it's still on. So I'm going to get some hot glue, and that way it stays on. Sorry. This is a brand new heat gun, so I hope, I've not used it before. So I'm hoping it works okay. I'm just putting my glue in. Got a little tight space here, so I'm just putting my glue in, and we'll see if it works okay. Oh, it's different than the one I had. So we'll let that heat up for a moment and see how it works. All right, so let me put this on. Anyway, sorry. I'm doing good. I'm unexpectedly, my brother is here. I live in Indiana and he lives in Georgia, which he lives about 14 hours away, and unexpectedly he is here, which is how he always does. He just kind of shows up. Good thing I'm off today because it's my spring break from school. Otherwise, I would not have been able to meet him. I just think it's funny. If you drive that many hours, you probably could call before you left the state of Georgia and say, hey, I'm here. Now, I am off a little bit on my mat. So let's try to redo that. Which is something, that's why I like this glue, this art glitter. There we go. This art glitter glue, because you can reposition things. All right, so I'm going to pop that on. And then let's see if my glue gun is going to work. Oh, there we go. It is. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue back here. And like I said, this is a brand new, a whole bunch came out. Okay, there we go. I said a whole bunch came out and now none is coming out. It's a brand new glue gun. So I'm going to let it just kind of sit for a moment. There we go. I want it to be tacky. And I have found if you just put it straight on, it will slide around. Now it does make these little strings. Now, that way it will stay. And then I'm going to put this on. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. I apologize, my bottle looks terrible. I've had this forever. I've had this. My son is 14. I bet I've had this bottle, and I just refill it, 12 years. All right, so I'm just going to glue that one on. And I'm going to put that right here. And I actually think I will not pop it up. I think I'm going to just do like this. Normally I do pop it up, but since I have the ribbon, I think I'll just put it like that. There you go. Now, my glue gun is kind of stuck back here. Let me see if I can get glue out of it, because it really wasn't working too well. Yeah, it's kind of, it is on. I'm going to have to read the instructions probably. So what I'm going to do is, I need a little bit more glue. Let me see if I have something. I'm just going to use, that's not going to work. I'd like to put a little bit of hot glue right here. So I'll come back later. I'm just going to put a piece of regular glue right there. I'll come back later and put some hot glue. All right, so this is a card right here, completed. You do not have to use extra supplies. Like I used the ribbon, I used my matted mirror card. You do not have to do that. You could just use the pretty papers in the kit. You do not have to do extras, or you can do even more extras. I mean, I've seen some fabulous, fabulous cards. So this is card number 1, and this one was inspired because my little girl said she wanted polka dots. So I did do polka dots. Although, I love this one paper here. Let me bring this paper back out. I just think this paper right here, and this is my favorite right here. That is just beautiful. All right, so we're going to do another card. And this one is kind of an odd size. It is a 6.5 by 5. So it's not a 7 by 5. It's not a true 7 by 5 card. Our Hobby Lobby is going out of business. So I was able to get this pack of cards, which normally I just make them. All right, so I'm going to use, this is the sheet I'm using here. And this is the one that came from this sheet. And I cut it down because I wanted this stronger pattern. I just think this is so pretty. So I'm going to use this right here. And then I'm going to show you, I used a different flower pattern from the kit. So I wanted this strong pattern right here. The intense color is what I mean, not really strong pattern, but I wanted the intenser color. So what I did is I used this sheet. which I have already cut it down. But let me show you. It's like this sheet here, but in this pink background. And I used it because I think that is just beautiful. I just love this. So this is what I used. Now if you're into like ink smudging around your edges, that's something you could do. That would be so pretty. There's just so much you could do. From one kit, I bet you could make easily, I'd say 15 to 20 different types of cards. A lot of times when I'm doing DT work, I will do 5 cards from every kit, and I always have more sheets left. Now this kit came with 10 sheets of paper, so you can just print the 10. I printed one sheet more than once. You can choose how much you want to print something. I always put glue on because I have found that the adhesive backs only last about a year, and then they become unsticky. All right, so for this card, so pretty, I wanted to use this on top, and I made this embellishment here. So I'm going to do it like this, which it kind of, I know, covers up that pretty paper. This is what I'm doing. My brother came out of the blue. I had invited my mother out to lunch today for her birthday. Today's her birthday. And he came out of the blue so he could celebrate her birthday. So this is going to be my mother's birthday card. So it worked out real well. There we go. I think I saw Carol was on. My comments do not work too well. Yes, I think Carol's on. Hello, Carol. My comments do not work too well for some reason when I do a live. If I log in, I have another account that I had when I was a teacher at another location, and I have that account. If I log in as that person, I can see my comments, but when I log in as myself, I do not. All right, so I use my die cut here, and I'm going to put this one on here in the center. I just thought that was kind of pretty because it reminded me sort of a flower. So I'll put this on. Here we go. You know what I should have done? I didn't think about it. I should have shared the live to the group. But I'll make a video and put a link and people can watch the live later. There we go. So that's the outside. And what I did is I took that paper that I showed you at the beginning. It's thinner and it's got a shimmer to it. I just think it's so pretty. And I used the same paper as the outside for my insert. And I do think you could do this on vellum, which would be really pretty too. But I thought this shimmery paper was just a nice touch. So that's why I went with it. So what I do is I just put a smidgen, just a teeny tiny dot of my glue, and then I close it, and I just kind of do like this to make sure. And so then that way when you open it, you know, it opens and you have a place to write your sentiment. So it makes it a little bit, I think it just takes it up a notch. Like it makes it look more like a store-bought card. Now, I'm off a little bit, and it, you know, it's alive, so I'm not going to recut it at the moment. But I'm off just a little bit on my measurement here, so I'm going to recut that. And I did. I printed it more than once. See, here it is. So I will recut that so it fits in just a little bit better. But my idea is that when you open it, you know, you have your nice insert and you can write here your sentimental thoughts because you already have your sentiment. All right, so there's my 2 cards. And as you see, I think it took us gosh, not very long, about 20 minutes. Now, the truth is, I cut beforehand, and I probably spent 15 minutes cutting out my embellishments and my mats. So all together, 2 cards in 30 minutes. And I think they're lovely, that you could give them to somebody and they'd be so happy. All right, well, just as a reminder, there's just so many beautiful papers. So you could make any type of card. I really love the slimline cards. And I had thought about doing a slimline card with this paper that I used here, you know, making it a slimline card, or this paper right here, making it a slimline card, and then using my embellishments, which is something I do often. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, Sandra, how are you? How are you? I'm so glad you came too. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And I am going to do another live. I have a coloring to do, and I'm going to probably do that tonight. I have a coloring to do for Last Minute Amanda. So Copic coloring. It's not going to be this one, but this is a Last Minute Amanda image. So I'm going to do coloring tonight, and I love this kit. I just think it's so pretty. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.